Hello dear UPSC aspirants, I am Akriti Kanchi, your mentor from Prep-IAS. I am back after a small break. A lot of students were a little, disappointed, but there was serious health issues and some other issues along with it. So that's why there was a small break. But I'm promising you that we are coming back more efficient and stronger, because PDF of daily newspaper will be shared in our Telegram channel along with 5 MCQs to revise your daily current affair, and we will stick to UPSC syllabus like none other, right? Without wasting your time, it will be shortest newspaper analysis covering all news articles from prelims and mains point of view. So let's start 3rd March newspaper from the front page itself. Let's begin. First article, Election Commission to remove same voter ID numbers across states. Okay, so this comes under our GS paper 2 syllabus, functions and responsibilities of various constitutional bodies, Election Commission being a constitutional body. So if you guys know Election Commission comes under which article of the Constitution, please mention below in the comments, since prelims are coming closer. Okay, so a few days back in January, when we were doing newspaper together, there was a news that same person who is from Bihar, who is living in Delhi, who used to vote in Delhi also and in Bihar also, right? Which is not legal, which is not right. So that is what EC is trying to check and remove: duplication of enrollment in different states, right? So poll panel says it will ensure each voter gets a unique epic number. Okay, elector photo identity card. So there will be a unique number, and it has blamed manual methods which was employed earlier, which led to duplication. Okay, so Election Commission has said, irrespective of the number of elector photo identity card, a person could vote only at the designated polling station in the constituency in a state or UT where he or she was enrolled. Okay, and none other places. Okay, so the EC, however, said it would remove the duplication and ensure that each voter got a unique number, like an Aadhaar card, right? So there should be a unique number. The 10-digit number is printed on the ID card issued to each elector. Okay, you should know about the platform also. They are talking about EroNet platform. What is EroNet platform? Can be asked in prelims. What is EroNet platform, right? So EroNet is a web-based platform developed for election officials in multiple languages and scripts to handle all processes pertaining to registration, migration, and deletion of names from the electoral rolls. So EroNet, epic number, you should know about it. Let's move to the next article. This I've just taken so that you know about the disaster that is happening. 4 more bodies pulled out in Uttarakhand, rescue operation ends. So this comes under GS paper 3, disaster management. Right. So what has happened? The disaster took place at a border roads organization construction. So construction was happening. Border road organization, the organization which is responsible for making and constructing the border roads. Okay. So located at the last village before the Chinese border. It was the last village. It is very, very sad incident that has happened. NDMA said that 24-hour avalanche warning for the upper reaches of Uttarakhand and Jammu and Kashmir. So they have issued now. Once it has happened, they have issued, and they're trying to plan. They're working on bringing a technology which can provide an early warning on such disasters in the upper reaches of the Himalayas, because such avalanches happen in Himalayas, right? So from GS4 case studies point of view, for example, they give you a case study where you are administrator in a district where such and such issues have happened. So what all steps you will write, right? So there are some steps that they have mentioned. With the roads blocked by heavy snowfall, what would you do in such a situation? So the Indian Army used 5 of its own helicopters, 2 choppers from the Indian Air Force, and 1 civilian helicopter to evacuate all the rescued workers. So when the case study is about rescuing people from difficulties, then you can mention all these steps. And they also included the teams from local administration, army, ITBP, that is Indo-Tibetan Border Forces, and State Disaster Response Force. Okay, so these kind of information is important. Let's move to the next page. So today in newspaper there are 3 articles about women care and women's, what issues women are facing at workplaces, about maternity and pregnancy care, right? So this is long hours and no childcare space, working mothers. So this photo has gone viral. This woman, if you can see, is carrying her 1-year-old baby and is working as a constable in railway station, right? So this has got viral in a lot of social media. Some people have called her warrior, but many activists have called this situation inhuman and not good for the children, for the future of the country, right? So a video posted by Railway Protection Force showing women constable performing her duty while carrying her 1-year-old infant has, become viral and has triggered calls from activists and lawyers for more inclusive workspaces for women. So there is no crèche facilities in the station itself, though there was at the headquarters but not at the station. So, you can use the stories for essay and also GS paper 2, where the crèche facilities, which is the mandatory, is also sometimes not implemented everywhere. So welfare schemes for vulnerable section under GS paper 2. Let's move to the next article. Yeah, now this article also will just briefly read, not the entire article, only some point. Enforcing prohibition in Bihar, liquor prohibition. Village guards caught between police and liquor mafia. So this comes under GS paper 2, government policies and intervention, Bihar liquor ban and issues related to it. So a lot of states are trying to ban the liquor. Bihar liquor ban was happened in 2016. Okay, so there was a group of village guards who used to work and give information to police when there used to be some illegal, exchange of liquor, right? So whenever a huge tragedy is reported to the Bihar police, they first ring up village guards, okay, calling chowkidars or dafadars for information. Then the liquor mafia involved in the illegal trade of the illicit brew hold them responsible for leaking information to the police. So the other vested interest, which is liquor mafia, are, it is alleged that they are killing a lot of village guards. Okay, so over 24 village guards have been killed, since prohibition was enforced in Bihar in April 2016. So this is also one of the issues if questions come about liquor ban or any kind of strict bans. Okay, let's move to the next article. So this article, it talks about cartoon trouble, toon trouble. So this comes under GS paper 2, fundamental rights and censorship related to it. Okay, so recently the order of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting directed the removal of a cartoon featuring the Prime Minister in the Tamil magazine, which is 𝐿𝑖𝐞𝐥𝐜𝐻 Tamil magazine. Okay, so we are not taking any stance here whether the things are right or wrong, but we should know what are the provisions related to censorship as UPSC aspirants. So information technology intermediary guidelines and digital media ethics code rules 2021 can be invoked and has to be followed. Other thing is section 69A of the Information Technology Act empowers the government to block content on specified grounds, including in the interest of friendly relations with foreign states or public order, of preventing incitement to the commission or a cognizable offense. Here it was about friendly relations between India and USA. Okay, so you should know about these provisions, and the several questions come about fundamental rights in prelims. Okay, let's go to the next article. Very important article. As I told you, there are several articles related to women. Long routes. So this comes under again GS paper 2, vulnerable sections that are women. So here Supreme Court of India, so one of the judges of Supreme Court of India took a very strong stance, okay, for women. Okay, so she said showed it intent by declaring that with more and more women joining judicial service, it was time for the judiciary to be more cognizant of their well-being at the workplace. So it is not just about that, okay, we are very gender neutral and so many women and so many women have joined in. It's also about how much that place is sensitive for well-being of women. That is also about gender equality, right? So what has happened in Madhya Pradesh, 2 judicial officers were sacked for inefficiency when one of them was going through miscarriage, which is a very difficult time for a woman, right? So the Justice B.V. Nagaratna, who is one of the 2 women judge in the Supreme Court out of 34 sanctioned, right? She said it was not enough to find comfort that there is a growing number of female judicial officers if we are not able to give them sensitive work environment. Okay, and that's what she's saying. And greater representation of women will ensure better understanding of their needs and will lead to better policy. So women need to come at a decision-making places. The freedom from discrimination or equal protection of the laws during pregnancy and maternity are precious rights for the women workforce, right? So at work, they must be assured a safe and healthy work environment as a basic right and guarantee. That's what this Supreme Court judge, please remember her name, the Justice Nagaratna. Please mention her. You can quote her anywhere. Let's move to the next article. Again, a very important article for women. Okay, centering care in India's economic policies. GS paper 2, welfare schemes for vulnerable sections like women. This is the syllabus. So this year union budget was appreciated because it has, first time in in our budgeting, there 8.86% of total budget was dedicated to gender budgeting. That is a huge achievement, okay. But the problem here is that 24% of that gender budget was given to Prime Minister 𝐷𝐿𝐻𝐵 Yojana rather than trying to create critical investments in care infrastructure. Okay, so they are talking about care infrastructure which remains absent and which leads to invisibilization of care work in India's economic planning. What is care infrastructure? So women do a lot of care work, which is unpaid care work for their family and so many things, which goes invisible. So they want to spend on a lot of facilities that women can access and can live a quality life and well-being for themselves. Okay, some women work 17, 18, 19 hours, right? So that is some concept that talking about. Economic survey has also highlighted care infrastructure as central to women's empowerment. Globally, women spend average of 17.8% of their time on unpaid care and domestic work. So this is a term, UCDW, unpaid care and domestic work. Okay, Indian women has very high burden of this. Okay, so ILO says 53% of Indian women remain outside the labor force due to care responsibilities compared to 1.1% of men. So 53% of women leave their career talents and potential and take care of the household, and only 1.1% men do, right? So they are again, so one concept was UCDW, second concept is time poverty. So what is time poverty? Women don't have time, right? So they don't, if you have lack of time, you cannot relax, you cannot work for their well-being, they cannot do for themselves what they want to do, maybe reading, education, some any specific activities they want to learn in their life, they want to dance, whatever, right? So that is, they don't have that, they don't have time for anything, right? So that is concept of time poverty. Several feminist economists has pointed at global south, and the unpaid work in global south is too much higher than the global north. All women are doing it, but global south like India and South Asia have higher burden of it, right? So climate change is going to add up to it, and so limited access to essential infrastructure, like a lot of women in hinterlands have to carry water, woods, sanitation, they have to travel for all that also. So that also leads to increased unpaid work, right? So low public investment and all is an issue. So the Economic Survey 2023-24 highlights that direct public investment equivalent to 2% of GDP could lead to 11 million jobs while easing the care burden, right? So very important. And they have also termed another very important term that you can use in answer. They have expanded 3R. What were the 3 R's? Recognize, reduce, redistribute, and now the 4th R is represent. Okay, so these things they have mentioned, and so they have also appreciated one of the schemes, which is Jal Jeevan Mission, which is aiming for 100% potable water coverage, which will help women for carrying water and all. It will reduce their activity, it will reduce their work. Okay, so they are also giving one example that 1 lakh crore urban challenge fund was announced. Out of that, 10,000 crore can be transformative, and they are quoting a great example that you should quote whenever women related questions come, even in essays. They are taking inspiration from Bogota's care blocks. So Bogota is a city in Colombia in South America, where they have created care blocks. So in that, in every block there is a care center where women can get all their works done, they can get their children taken care of, they have free dance classes, they have free learning classes, whatever they want to do. They have free gymming, free exercises, free dances where they can come, sit and together enjoy, right? So that will lead to their better well-being and opportunity to do whatever they want to do with their life. So great case study of Bogota's care blocks. It has been appreciated by a lot of international agencies, and our India center is also emphasizing on Nari Shakti as a driver of economic growth. Okay, very important article. Let's move to the next article. So this article only important from fact point of view. Women in South India, Delhi, Punjab have higher levels of obesity. So obesity is in our topic, GS paper 2, issues related to health sector. So about 1/4 of men and women in India, 1/4, that is 25%, right, were either overweight or obese, which in 2019-21, and it has increased 4% from 2015-16, right? So high consumption of fried foods, aerated drink is linked to rising obesity rates. So drop your soda and cold drink that you are drinking. And our Prime Minister has addressed in his Mann Ki Baat that and cautioned against the rising obesity rates in India, especially among children, and he has advised to reduce the intake of oil by 10% each month to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Let's move to the next article. So this article talks about three language issues that right now a lot of heated debate is going between Tamil Nadu and center, right? So Tamil Nadu has and center over Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan is a scheme, right? And the three language debate. So Tamil Nadu has opposed to Hindi opposition and reiterated it's committed to two language policy. So Tamil Nadu wants two language policy. There's Union Education Ministry. Minister 𝐿𝐺𝐵 Pradhan has said Tamil is one of the oldest language, but they can still learn other language which is not mandatory Hindi, but any third language will also be helpful. So this debate will be ongoing, and some quality articles will come in future that we will cover nicely. This is quite a biased article and we would not like to read it. Okay, let's move to the next article. A very important quiz from UPSC point of view. 2024 also, in 2024 prelims, the question was asked about 8 scheduled languages, about Santhali and all, by which Amendment Act, which all, 4 languages were mentioned and by which Constitution Amendment Act that was brought, okay? So you should know that. So how many languages are recognized as per the Constitution of India under the 8th schedule? 22 languages are, right? So you should know 8th schedule has 22 languages. Now there is a question which I couldn't find. If you know, please mention in the comment. What is common to Bodo, Dogri, Kashmiri, Maithili, Santhali and Sindhi that are part of the recognized languages? Okay. Another very important topic is classical status. Okay. Apart from the four South Indian languages, which other 2 languages have the classical status? So this classical status of languages started in 2004. Okay. So in 2004, there were some criteria based on which this classical status was given to a language. That is, it is 1,000-year-old. It has rich ancient literature, it has original tradition and not just a borrowed tradition, okay? So first language was included as a classical language was Tamil in 2004. In 2005, Sanskrit was included. Then Telugu and Kannada was included, then Malayalam. And 6th, Odia was included in 2014, okay? So these were the only 6 languages as classical language up till 2024 October, which they have forgotten to mention, the Hindu. So in 2024 October, around 4-5 months back, 5 more languages have been included as classical languages, which are Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Assamese and Bengali. Okay, you should know about this new improvement. It can surely, Odia as a classical language when introduced was asked in 2014 prelims. Okay, so this can also be asked. So in which language was 𝐿𝐺𝐵 𝙤𝙤 said to have been written? So 𝐿𝐺𝐵 𝙤𝙤 was written in Awadhi. Okay. Thanks to consonant vowel, which Indian language has whopping 247 characters in the traditional classification? 247 characters. Okay. English has only 26 and Hindi has 52. Tamil has 247 characters. Okay. Very interesting question. Why has Meghalaya Kong Thong village fascinated linguists? So Meghalaya's Kong Thong village. So they are famous for their whistle language. What does that mean? They talk through whistles. Okay, their names are in the whistles. Okay, so what is that language? Jingruai Laobai. Jingruai Laobai. JINGRWI LAWBAI. Jingruai Laobai. And it shows village's deep connection to nature. They also have root bridges. So this is an interesting thing. And you can look at this picture. Very important picture again. He has been asked in prelims. So name this Englishman who deciphered the Brahmi script, considered the ancestor of modern Indian scripts in 1837 by Sterling Ashokan inscription. He is none other than James Prinsep. He opened wisdom to ancient history of India, reign of Emperor Ashoka. So James Prinsep, you can remember his name because he has deciphered one of very important princes. Ashoka was an Indian prince, so he deciphered it. I used to remember his name, James Prinsep, because Prince Ashoka, his inscriptions he deciphered. So that's it. You should know these questions. Let's move to the next article. Yeah, so there's a question in this article in the world page. So in a first private US spacecraft lands upright on lunar surface. So this comes under GS paper 3, issues related to space sector. A US company successfully landed its spacecraft on the moon, marking only the second private mission to achieve this milestone. So which was this mission? Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost mission. Firefly Aerospace Blue Ghost mission 1 touched down moon, okay, near Mons Last Trail, a volcanic formation in Mare Crisium in the moon's northeastern near side. Okay, so this is nicknamed as Ghost Rider in the Sky. The mission is part of NASA industry partnership aimed at reducing cost and supporting Artemis, the program designed to return astronauts to the moon. Okay, so the golden lander, about the size of hippopotamus, was launched on January 15 by SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. So SpaceX has also done it. Okay, you should have awareness about these kind of missions also. Let's move to the next article. So last article of the day. Again, GS paper 3, science and tech related to space. Awareness in the field of space is related. Euclid Space Telescope discovers new Einstein ring in nearby galaxy. All Einstein rings have great scientific value, but Altair's ring is extra special because it has been observed in nearby galaxy NGC 6505. NGC 6505 is a galaxy, okay? And Altair's ring is composed of the distorted images of another galaxy, okay? So let's see this article in briefly. What is Einstein ring? It can be asked in mains also, okay? An Einstein ring is a case of strong gravitational lensing. Astronomers discovered the first ring in 1998, 80 years after Einstein predicted their existence. Again, an amazing scientist. He predicted it 80 years back, 1998 it was discovered. Recently, the Euclid space mission spotted an Einstein ring in the galaxy NGC 6505. The astronomer named Bruno Aldrich first noticed it in 2023, okay? So Einstein predicted that light will not travel on a straight path. He predicted it in the vicinity of massive objects. So when a massive object comes, they will not, move in straight path. They will, they will move around. They will distort. A massive object in the foreground of a light source acts as a gravitational lens. Okay, distorting and amplifying light in the same way a magnifying glass distorts the path of light. So Euclid began to scan the sky and is expected to discover 1 lakh new gravitational lenses. Its chances of discovering lenses so close to the Earth remain slim because of the smaller volume of the universe. Okay, so you should know about what is Einstein's ring. Last article of the day, planetary parade. What is planetary parade? So this time something unique has happened, which happens rarely, once in few years. 7 planets plus the moon lined up in the night sky. These events are called planetary parades. You can see 7 planets. Okay. One behind the other in the night sky in the order of their distance from the sun. Okay, so whereas a parade of 7 or 8 planets is very rare. So which were the 7 planets? Mercury, Venus, Mars. India was not there. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So this is planetary parade. You should know what is planetary parade. It happens once in very few years. So next such thing is going to happen in 2040. That's it for 3rd March. Thank you.